We need to be able to say things like, you can't really believe that, can
right.
you?
Listen to this insane clip by Morning Joe about the Donald Trump town hall. They are still talking about it because they are so triggered by just the mere sight of this man.
It seems to me we have the criticism followed by the false choice, which was you can either hide your head in the sand or have events like the CNN town hall meeting. You say there's a middle ground. What is it?
Well, I think we have to be a lot smarter about how we handle this, and maybe a lot less politically correct. Kaitlin Collins is an excellent journalist, but it was like having Donald Trump interviewed by his daughter.
Oh, she wasn't as good as Joe Klein, is what Joe Klein is saying.
I think there'd be much.
I would be able to handle Donald Trump much more efficiently than Susan Cole. She's weak. She's frail. She's a woman, after all. Look at me. I'm a liberal white man. I am smarter than you. It will ever be. I have a doctorate. What do you have?
More psychologically.
Oh, I don't have an doctorate. I'm an author. I research and study and write, and a columnist.
Interesting if we had a father figure, because as you know, Joe, Fred Trump was the most important figure in Donald Trump's life, and he was an authoritarian. He was a tough guy, and we need to have someone interviewing Trump, and we need to be more authoritative when we interview him. We need to be able to say things like, you can't really believe that, can you? No one's done that yet. No one's done that in a long time. And I think that I was critical of CNN in the piece that I wrote, but I could be equally critical of the other networks as well. In a way, the guy who really knew how to do this was Roger Ailes. And if you look at the debates that Fox staged back in the Ailes days, the anchors, people like Chris Wallace, people like Megyn Kelly, were really well prepared, and they took heavy bites out of Trump's butt.
Yeah, you talked about Megyn Kelly.
I mean, do you hear? For these people, it's never about actually learning or figuring out what Trump's about or what he stands for or what his platform is or what he thinks will make the country great again or better than ever. For these people, it's how do I get him on stage and belittle him as a human being and make him submit to my will. That's how evil and insane these leftists are. And if people aren't waking up to that, I don't know what to tell you. These people are, if you don't agree with everything I say, and I mean everything, wholesale, 100%, from A to Z, that you are the problem and you need to submit to my will and you need to submit to my ideology. In fact, even if you have any sort of crack in anything I say, if you disagree with one little bit, you are now the enemy. You are now a conservative, or as Joe Biden calls, a white supremacist. You are part of the party that is the problem. And that's where we've become as a society. And it's depressing to see. We're too childish. We can't just allow people to have conversations or hold their own point of views. We have to submit them to our wills. We have to bring them to their knees in order for them to finally see the true light, the true truth. That is me. I am the smart one. I am chosen.